Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Bacalar for CNET.com, and this is my first look review of the Nintendo Wii U. Now, before I get going here, I need to disclose that as of this recording, there are a lot of features not yet accessible on the system. These include Wii backwards compatibility, Nintendo TV, Wii to Wii U transferring, eShop, Miiverse, Wii U video chat, access to the Nintendo Network, and all the streaming apps like Amazon and Netflix, and even more stuff. We're told that some of these features will be available on day one and some won't. For example, Nintendo TV is not going to be around until sometime in December. But I will be sure to update the video and the review once they go live. But for now, let's talk about what we do know. The Wii U comes in two models, the Basic and the Deluxe. Now, I definitely recommend going with the Deluxe for $350 because you get Nintendo Land included in the box and a bigger 32GB flash storage drive, plus more accessories. The game and the memory are worth the extra $50 alone. Now, the Wii U console has a total of 4 USB 2.0 ports and an SD card slot up front. There's an HDMI port in back, along with slots for a component connection, power, and the sensor bar. All Wii games and controller accessories work with the Wii U, so there's no need to buy any more if you already have some old ones laying around. The Wii U provides a unique gaming experience using a rechargeable tablet controller called the Gamepad that can use motion and touch control to interact with games. The battery lasts about 3 to 5 hours depending on what you're playing, and it takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge. One of the coolest and most promising gamepad features is the ability to play off-TV games, which place shifts all the action onto the gamepad. Anyone who has roommates or lives with a spouse will absolutely love this feature. Now, not every game supports this, so you have to read up beforehand on which games do. At launch, only a handful of them support it, like New Super Mario Bros. U, Darksiders 2, Assassin's Creed 3, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, the range of the gamepad is good, and as long as I had it within the line of sight of the console, I was able to use it around 25 feet away. However, once you go into another room, that distance drops. Through just one wall, I was only getting it to work at around 10 feet away from the console. Now, playing with the gamepad is a lot of fun, but it's a really big and cumbersome unit. This is over 10 inches wide. I have monster hands, so I can only imagine how a small child is going to have to really grip this thing. The gamepad only weighs about a pound, but it does take up a lot of real estate. There are a ton of buttons on the gamepad too, so there's plenty of room for controlling almost any type of game thinkable. It's a very versatile controller. The gamepad is very responsive, and there's absolutely no detectable latency issues at all. Now, the Wii U's interface looks just like the 3DS's, with rows of tiled icons that represent games and apps. The menu screen can be swapped back and forth with the gamepad screen during most instances. Jumping in and out of system settings can take a little longer than you would think. I've had to wait as long as 20 seconds on occasion. By today's standards, that's almost unacceptable. The Wii U is the first Nintendo console to support HD gaming, and playing Mario in high def for the first time is awesome. Most of the games look fantastic and are just about on par with PS3 and Xbox 360 graphics, though video files out there may spot some shortcomings with texture and frame rates. There's definitely a learning curve with the gamepad, and I found that I don't always know where to look. There are some visual cues on screen, but some games assume that you already know what to do. While Nintendo TV will allow for the combination of live TV, guide viewing, content discovery, and more, the gamepad can only currently control your television. In fact, it actually does a great job with my Verizon Files box. However, it's probably not going to replace the Harmony remote that you might have, because there doesn't seem to be any sort of activity function where the gamepad can blast a series of commands to get a device working. Instead, you'll probably have to manually input items just like you would with a bunch of separate remote controls. Again, we'll be updating this video review with much more information once it's pushed live, so be sure to check back here very soon. There's a lot more to learn about the Wii U console and all of the games you can play on it, so I highly suggest reading through the in-depth review on the product page. I'm Jeff Bacalar, and this has been a first look at the Nintendo Wii U.